Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me here live. I am your host, Anntricia Bray Smith, author, educator, and public speaker. I am the voice for those who suffer in silence. It is indeed a blessing to be here with you tonight. As tonight, I just wanted to reach out to see what your concerns were for the upcoming holiday. I know that many of us have our own thoughts and our own set of emotions as it relates to the holidays. For some of us, it hasn't impacted us any different than any other day that we've conquered over the last 11 months. But for others, we know that the holidays can impact us more negatively, adding more stress and anxiety into our lives. So I want to know kind of what that looks like for you. Nonetheless, let me just do a little housekeeping here. For those of you who don't know who I am, I just want to appreciate you for dropping by, and I want to invite you to visit my link tree. I'm going to put it here in the comment section for you. Connect with me there on my link tree. And you can follow me, this platform, and several other platforms that I have now. I'd love to have you. Now, don't just follow me just to be a follower. Follow me to be a student. Learn from me and take it back to whatever it is that you do and apply the concepts and the strategies, the tips and things to help you grow and be better. So I like for people to be students of learning. Keisha, hey babe, how are you? Glad you are here with me. I haven't seen you and would like to connect with you soon as well. So make sure that you get with me and connect with me there on the IMSA group page, okay? Nonetheless, guys, let's get ready to get started tonight. I would like to know, what concerns do you have leading into the holidays? Because we know that Thanksgiving is just around the corner. And I'm not going to lie to you, I've been caught off guard. I have been absolutely just trying to make it day by day that I have not really given consideration that Thanksgiving is coming up next week. So whereas I would normally just stay in the house and not really go out to do grocery shopping and things like that, I had to get intentional today to make sure that I went to make sure that I had food in the house for the next several days leading into the Thanksgiving holiday. So, okay. All right, Keisha, I'm holding you to it, babe. So do you have any concerns, Keisha? I know that most of your kids are grown. You still have one in the house, and you may have kids that are coming in to visit. Do you have any initial concerns moving into the holiday season? Like I said, here my concern was just being sure that I had enough food here in the house. I usually, we're usually pretty intentional about making sure that there's extra supplies and things like that in the house. And we usually make sure that we do the preparation to clean our drains, make sure our drains and faucets and everything is draining, not clogged up and flowing well. And we usually do the septic treatment and things like that, preparing for the extra traffic and things like that that will be coming in the house, in and out. But we know that the holidays this year is going to look a little different. For some people, that means that they don't have family coming in to visit. For others, what is usually have been traditional for them to do, they can't do that this year. And so it can cause some emotional effects, some negative emotional impact as well with the holidays. Another issue and concern is, my husband and I, we were just kind of sitting around and we were thinking and talking and have a conversation, and he asked the question, are we buying gifts this year? Are we buying gifts this year? And that was something that I had sat and considered for a while. But we have babies in the family. We have several babies now. And so I'm thinking that we uh, may buy some and purchase some things for the babies, for the younger ones, because they have single parents. They're in single parent households, and some of them or have mother and father in the household. But even still, that can be a financial hardship for parents trying to make sure that the kids have everything that they desire for the holidays. And we know that as parents, that's one of the things that we want. We want that's the one time of the year that we can see a smile on our kids' face and try to do something extra for them. So, hey Diane, how are you? We're talking about the holidays. So any concerns that you have into the holiday season, listed in the comments. I'd like to hear about it and share those concerns, because if they're your concerns, they may be the concerns of other people out there as well. Hey Val, how are you, babe? It's good to see you. We're talking about addressing your concerns for the holidays. So if you have any of those concerns, put them in the comments and let's talk about it. Let's share it, because there are people that may come across this live, whether live or on the replay, that they may have concerns as well. And so we want to just kind of help people find solutions and give them a different perspective about the anxieties that they may be feeling going into the holiday season. So yeah, so that I in the past I've usually adopted an elder. I've adopted families and things like that, and so this year I know it's going to be a little different, because I don't want to get out into the shopping centers and going to buy things and stuff like that. So easing some of that anxiety for the single parents in my family that are raising young children, taking some of that financial strain off of them. I think that is kind of the way that we're going to go this year. I think it's necessary, and I've been that young parent. I've been that young parent to where there was a time that was not working, and the Christmas holiday season was coming around, and someone was telling me about the Salvation Army, and they were saying that the Salvation Army usually provide Christmas and things like that for the kids. And so I thought that, that would be a good thing. So I signed my kids up, and sure enough, we were selected as one of the families to be recipients of Christmas. Not only that, they provided food for us, and they also provided toys and different things like that for the kids that they wish for that year. And so I thought that was an awesome thing. And that could be kind of emotionally draining on young parents too, because we have pride, and sometimes we don't want people to know that we can't afford, or that we're going through a situation, and so we suffer in silence that way. But I'm telling you guys, these community partners, these community organizations, these nonprofits, they're there for a reason, and they're there for you. And a lot of times, it's that stuff is confidential. It's not like they're putting you out on Front Street and things like that. And the other families that are there receiving recipients of these gifts that those organizations are providing, those families are in need too. And you'd be surprised. You can meet some very good people that you may not ordinarily would come across. And so it's just something to think about. So if you are one of those families and you have a Salvation Army or a Chamber of Commerce or something like that in your community, that may be a good resource to kind of look into if you're not able to really do what you would like to for you and your kids for the holiday season. I know here there's the Angel Tree, there's Toys for Tots, several little organizations. So check into that. Let's see. Comments here we have just trying to be safe and more cautious and stay as normal as possible. Yeah, that's a major concern for many of us too. And you know, staying at home. If the family is not able to come, one of the things that I also know that could be a good alternative is if you do a Zoom call. If you do a Zoom call with your family, that allows multiple family members to be on one call at the same time. You can all see each other and kind of interact with each other that way. Now, it's not physical face to face, but it's the next best thing. And so that's a way to minimize that anxiety and that feeling of not being able to interact and see your loved ones for the holidays. So Keisha, I appreciate you sharing that. Being safe, yeah, that's number one. That is number one. I'm all about that. I still stay at home and I go out when I necessarily have to. So today that meant getting out the house, taking necessary precautions, wearing my mask, sanitizing often, wearing gloves when I'm pumping gas and things like that to make sure that I'm trying to be as absolutely safe as I can and to get back home safe and not come back in the house with anything I didn't leave out with. So, you know, we have to. We have to be cautious. But even when we have people coming in and out of our house this holiday season, there's still precautions that you can take. And one of the things that I suggest that you do is prior to the holiday, prior to Thanksgiving and Christmas and expecting family to come in, is to wipe down and sanitize your house. Wipe down and sanitize, dust, do all those things, go that extra mile to make sure that you make it safe for those that are coming in. And then keep a couple spray bottles in different rooms of the house. And so every so often, especially if you have company coming in and people dining with you and things like that, or coming to say hello and visit, every so often, depending on the traffic that's coming through, take time and spray again periodically throughout the day. So that's going to help minimize your anxieties with safety, and also help you and the others feel safe. So that's just a tip that you can use for the holiday to ensure your safety. Yes, safety is important, very much so. Very much so, because we want to be safe. We want those coming in our households to feel safe as well. Do anyone know what websites to get Lysol? Now, that's a good question. I don't know the website to get Lysol, but I do know that the demand on the brand of Lysol has been so high that they've had to triple their cost. They've had to triple their cost to meet supply and demand. So yes, Lysol is good, but there are other disinfectant wipes and sprays, and there are also ways that you can DIYs, do it yourself, disinfectants at home with supplies that you may already have inside your house. So that is a way that you can also begin to sanitize and spray mist and whatever it is that you need to do to stay safe for the holidays. So if you cannot find the Lysol brand or alternative brand that disinfects and cleans and stuff like that, then DIY, all you have to do is YouTube it or Google it or something, and you'd be surprised at the information that people have that they're sharing out there to make sure that you have what you need. Any other concerns you guys have? I know another concern of mine was what's on the menu. The menu was important to me, so I'm having now to make it a point where tomorrow I'm going to sit down and think about the menu. I don't want a lot of wasted food. I don't know what to expect coming in the house, but I know that I'm very particular about food and traffic and different things like that in and out the house. So what's on the menu is going to be on my to-do list for tomorrow to sit and plan it out. So if you haven't already planned your meal out, that would be a good place to start. And I suggest starting with the food that you already have inside your pantry or inside your freezer and things like that, because you know, we don't have any money that to be wasted. You know, we really have to monitor our budgets. We don't know what's coming next, and some of the traditional food, yes. I know that I'm probably going to make some dressing. You know, I have flour and cornmeal in the freezer there, and I have chicken broth, and I have a whole hen, and so I know that dressing is probably going to be number one on the menu for me. It's simple, it's easy to fix. I don't have to go out to the store to try to purchase anything. I already have the ingredients and everything I need here in the house. Now, when it comes to turkeys and hams and things like that, hey, who knows? I may or may not have that on the menu. I didn't pick one up at the store today, you know, but I have plenty other meats and things like that that I could prepare here at the house that I already have. And so check your pantry first when you're considering what to cook and prepare for the holiday season, because that is a concern of mine. Let's see what we have here. What is the best way to cope with family separation? About family separation, I was just sharing here in the beginning, a Zoom call. A Zoom call will be my number one alternative, especially for those family members that I'm used to being with every holiday. I mean, my tradition that we have created over the past 10 years, that looks different now. And so my family, we won't be traveling to be with each other, so we will be scheduling a Zoom call. That's number one. Another thing, make a homemade card or a homemade video or something like that. Send it to them. Whether it be something on a CD that they can play in their DVD players. If you have a recorder that way, for some of the older people that may not be tech savvy, it may be a card or something that you make and mail it to them, and schedule a phone call where you can call them and y'all can discuss that back and forth. But for me, my alternative with the separation from my family is going to be a Zoom call. Most definitely, because I want to see their faces. I want to see their smiles, and I want to know for myself that they're okay. So that has been a concern, but it's a concern that I've already kind of looked into to see what that's going to look like. Zoom would be so great for my family. Yes, because on those Zoom calls, you know, several of you, there's an unlimited amount that can just get on there, and everybody can just see each other. Everybody's using that link. They can see each other, and it's just an awesome tool. There's also a way that they can break up and go into different rooms, you know, visit with grandma, visit with papa, visit with uncle, you know, just as if they were at the different houses and things like that. So you just break them up into rooms and things like that if it gets too crowded, where everybody can enjoy everybody at the same time. So, yeah. Any other concerns that you guys have? leading into the holiday, I'm just here to address those concerns and try to give you a different perspective, but also make sure that you're taking care of your household. Do the defense. I call it a defense, and that is uh, treat your clogged sinks and things like that. Treat those with a Drano or a liquid plumber or whatever other things that they have on the market, and treat your septic tank prior to family coming in and out. You don't know who's flushing what down your toilets and different things like that, and so you want to be on the preventive side to eliminate some unexpected costs for the holidays. Okay. All right, let's look here. Any suggestions on how to handle anxiety and frustration of being locked down? That is one day at a time, Val. I deal with that every day. Anxiety on 10 because I have to go to work. Frustrated when the risk goes up for me. And so how I protect myself and how I minimize the effects of my anxiety and the depression and everything else that comes along with the holiday is I protect my space. And that's so important. We don't understand how important it is to protect your space. So that means we have to monitor what we're watching on TV. We have to monitor the things that we're allowing to grab our attention on social media. We have to monitor the conversations that we're having with the people that are around us. And so we have to keep those emotions under control. And I'm big on that. I'm big on keeping my emotions at a balance. Because when I get off balance, it's not a pretty thing. It is not a pretty thing. So, make sure that you're eating a well-balanced meal. That means you're eating your vegetables. You're eating foods that are not fried and weighing you down. You're minimizing your sugar intake, and you're drinking plenty of water. So that's going to help. Nutrition, along with just protecting your space, being in a place where every now and then you're putting some good stuff in you, whether that's good conversation, whether it's good company, whether you're watching movies that are showing people happy and people smiling and love and that just the goodness of the holidays. So you don't want to bombard your emotions with a lot of violence and things like that bring out the negative and feed the negativity that could possibly be in us. So that's the way you do that. So you handle that anxiety the best you can, and sometimes that is minute by minute. Sometimes it's hour by hour, but you must be intentional if you're going to keep that balance and not be so drawn into the depressions and the anxieties of the holiday. Prayer works, journaling works, taking a walk in the backyard, that works. Connecting with people that you know that are going to speak life into you, that works. YouTube was helpful for me. YouTube was my go-to for motivation and just that inspiration and things that speak life into me. Joel Osteen's ministry is a big part of my day. So I'm hearing the word, I'm hearing positive messages, I'm getting that empowerment that I need to let me know that I can make it through the day. So that's how I handle it, and I hope that was helpful for you, Val. Reading books, yes, reading books of value. You know, you don't want books that play on your emotion and things like that. You want to read things that add value to you. Okay? So yes. Thank you for that engagement, Val, Keisha, and Diane, and the rest of you that have been on to join me. I appreciate you guys so much. I will upload this into the group, and so you'll be able to catch the replay and stuff there so that the other women in the group can enjoy it as well. Also, if you are a woman who want to connect with other women excited and focused on the next level in their lives, you can join our group there at the Next Level Women group. We'd love to have you. You can find it on Facebook at Next Level Women 2021. So nonetheless, guys, it's been great. I appreciate you being here with me. It's been awesome as always. And I hope that these tips and alternatives for helping you address your concerns into the holiday help just make the holidays a little more sweeter to you and for you and your family. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you again on another live with Anntricia Bray Smith. I am your host, Anntricia Bray Smith. Until next time.